what's up, y'all? Here's some chicken and dumplings I made, inspired by my friend Seda, who had made me some truly phenomenal chicken and dumplings. These didn't honestly taste as good, but I am so grateful for the inspiration, and it still turned out really nice, and was my lunches this week. Anyway, this one, what I'm going to do, it's coming up at the end of the year. The last year and a half, I have turned on my book reading in such a way that is just so nice. I definitely had fallen off reading really. And here's the thing, I actually listen. I've been going audiobook silly through Libby mostly, which is so good. Use Libby, use your library. Audiobooks are books, and I'm usually listening at work or while I'm doing stuff, and it just works better for me. It's easier than having time to sit down and read a book. But I am thinking to do a longer maybe podcast where I talk about some of my favorite books, but I'm just going to read you the books that I've read in the last year and a half. And most of these are bangers. I grade them pretty well. There's some that weren't too good, but I'm just going to give you the title and the author, and maybe you'll check one of these out, or maybe if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, baby. Let's go. Starting last summer, Blood in the Machine by Brian Merchant. Dancing in the Streets, A History of Collective Joy by Barbara Ehrenreich. Ministry for the Future by Kim Stanley Robinson. The Great Displacement, Climate Change and the Next American Migration by Jake Biddle. Black Pill, How I Witnessed the Darkest Corners of the Internet Come to Life, Poison Society, and Capture American Politics by L. Reeve. Having and Being Had by Eula Bliss. Palo Alto, A History of California, Capitalism and the World by Malcolm Harris. The Mourner's Bestiarity by Iron Kaffel. Rejection by Tony Tualatimute. I realize I don't know how to say that. Really good. Really like that one. One of the few fiction books. These are mostly nonfiction. A lot of history. Next up, we got The Road to Jonestown, Jim Jones and the People's Temple by Jeff Gwynne. The Twilight World by Werner Herzog. Room to Dream by David Lynch. Parasite Rex, Inside the Bizarre World of Nature's Most Dangerous Creatures by Carl Zimmer. Creep, Accusations and Confessions by Miriam Gerba. Among the Bros, A Fraternity Crime Story by Max Marshall. In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado. Chasing the Scream, The First and Last Days of the War on Drugs by Johann Hari. Finding the Mother Tree, Finding the Wisdom of the Forest by Suzanne Simard. Belonging, A Culture of Place by Bell Hooks. The Age of Magical Overthinking, Notes on Modern Irrationality by Amanda Montell. Hidden Valley Road, Inside the Mind of an American Family by Robert Kolker. The Rediscovery of America, Native Peoples and the Unmaking of U.S. History by Ned Blackhawk. Jewish Space Lasers, The Rothschilds and 200 Years of Conspiracy Theories by Mike Rothschild. New Dark Age, Technology in the End of the Future by James Bridle. The Great Pretender by Susanna Callahan. Revolutionary Spring, Fighting for a New World, 1848 through 1849 by Christopher Clark. There is No Place for Us, Working and Homeless in America by Brian Goldstone. The Fort Bragg Cartel, Drug Trafficking and Murder in the Special Forces by Seth Harp. The Serviceberry, Abundance and Reciprocity in the Natural World by Robin Wall Kimmerer. The Myth of Normal, Trauma, Illness, and Healing in a Toxic Culture by Gabor Mate. Lose Well by Chris Gethard. Ask Not, The Kennedys and the Women They Destroyed by Maureen Callahan. What's Left, Three Paths Through the Planetary Crisis by Malcolm Harris. Fifth Son by Camilla Townsend. The Message by Ta-Nehisi Coates. Legacy of Ashes, The History of the CIA by Tim Weiner. Roadside Picnic by Boris and Arkady Strugatsky. Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. King Leopold's Ghost by Adam Hochschild. Address Unknown, a novel by Catherine Cressman Taylor. Martin Luther, the man who rediscovered God and changed the world by Eric Metaxas. Still Life with Bones, Genocide, Forensics, and What Remains by Alexa Haggerty. The Worst Hard Time, The Untold Story of Those Who Survived the Great American Dust Bowl by Timothy Egan. Wrecked by Alex Gonzalez. Probably worst book of the year. Whatever. Natural Causes, An Epidemic of Wellness, The Certainty of Dying, and Living and Killing Ourselves to Live Longer by Barbara Ehrenreich. Empire of the Summer Moon, Quanah Parker and the Rise and Fall of the Comanches, the most powerful Indian tribe in American history by S.C. Gwynn. Born in Flames, The Business of Arson and the Remaking of the American City by Bench Ansfield. And folks, I enjoyed almost all of those. If maybe you've read some of those, or maybe you're interested, just get on out there and read however works for you. And don't beat yourself up about it, because if you're reading for fun, it should be fun. Okay, bye.